Good morning, my friends. How are you today? I hope you had a nice weekend and maybe the Easter Bunny came to your house and maybe you went on an egg hunt and maybe you went on a nature walk and maybe you had snow or rain or sunshine. Who knows? It's spring and there's a lot happening. So good morning and welcome to today, our lesson. Let's start by saying hello with our heart to heart. Hello. And we'll say hello with our rainbow to all of our friends. Happy Monday. And let's look at our calendar. Okay, so I didn't color this calendar, but I did start coloring this calendar a little bit because I wanted to add some spring colored pink into it. And today we can look at this one and it says today is Monday, April 13th. Here we are. Monday, April 13th, and we're almost halfway through our month already, so that's crazy. It's going so quickly, and we're still in the month of spring. That's right, I heard you say it. It's still the month of spring, so we're having all sorts of weather, and yeah, so I wanted to talk about my weather jar. So this morning when I went to check it, there was a layer of thin ice on top of it and then water underneath. And since I brought it inside, which was maybe half an hour ago, that thin layer of ice is already melted. So now you can just see the water in there. And there's some pine needles and I guess some tree dirt from the wind that's out there today. So it's not raining right now. Right now where I am, it's very sunny and very windy. But overnight we had, so since I checked it yesterday, we had snow, then we had some rain, then we had some clouds, and it was overnight, and then this morning we had sun. So in the time, there was snow that came in here and rain, and obviously the snow melted, and when snow melts, it turns into water. Yeah, and so now I have my jar and I'm going to measure it. So here is my ruler. I'm looking for my centimeters, if we remember, and I'm going to hold it up and read. Okay. Oh, I actually have exactly 1 centimeter in here, so that's pretty easy to record. And so I don't have to put a today on my book. I'm going to put the actual amount because I actually have water into there. So there's my book today, April 13th, 2020. And I'm going to find my pencil. There's my pencil. And I'm going to write 1 and then a K and a M. So the K and the M stands for centimeters, and that's how we mark it. So I have 1 centimeter of water in my weather jar today. I hope you have something in yours. In the last couple of days, you probably had some stuff in it because I know that there was some snow in Ottawa and rain, and we're having all of the weather of spring. But soon it's going to be more sunny days and more rain and hopefully less snow. Let's hope so. Okay, and I hope your bird books are going well. We talked a lot about birds last week, so hopefully you're being able to fill out a few of these sheets. Maybe your bird feeders brought some cool birds. We had our finger puppets. Maybe you got to do some finger puppet things and saw some of those birds, even if it was a pigeon that you saw in the streets. That's cool too. And before we go any further, I missed a birthday. And I can't believe it. I just didn't look at my calendar, my birthday calendar. It was at school. So I want to wish Lucas, happy birthday, Lucas. I hope you had a wonderful birthday. And in class, when it's your birthday, we always have the sun, and then we hold the globe and we walk around the sun, and we have all the months of the year, and we talk about all of the things that we did in that year when we were that age, and we go all the way up until the night before when we fall asleep and we're just 4 years old, and we sleep and we grow, and then when we wake up on our birthdays, we change into the next number. So you turned 5, so amazing, and I hope you have a great 5th year. So sometimes in class at the end of our birthday circle, we put on a birthday crown. This is one that Sloan and I made the other day. And we sing happy birthday, and then we go around and your friends give you a birthday handshake or a birthday hug, and they say what they wish for you in that year. So I'm going to put on the birthday crown for Lucas. And Lucas, if you're watching, I want you to stand up and you can pretend that we'll sing it to you, and maybe all my friends can sing with me. And Lucas, I know that you can't hear our voices, everybody, but I know you can hear us in your heart. So I'm going to put on the crown every time, Lucas. Oh, it doesn't really fit. Okay. Hi guys, I'm Lucas. It's my birthday, turning 5, and I love airplanes very much. Okay, Lucas, here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lucas. Happy birthday to you. And I hope you have a great year. And my wish for you is that you keep growing big and strong, and that you're healthy, and that you get to do lots of exploring this year. And I can't wait till we all come back to class together and hearing you read and seeing all your beautiful work that you've been doing. I'm really excited for that. So happy birthday. Okay, one thing I quickly wanted to talk about that I don't think I've talked about in our lessons yet, and we did quite a bit in class, as we were talking about washing our hands a lot and washing off all our germs and singing our happy birthday to ourselves when we're washing our hands or singing the germ song, and that was our cough and sneeze pockets. So if you remember, what I was talking about then, and what I'll talk about now, is that everybody has a cough pocket. And when I say cough pocket, you can also think in your head for sneezes too, okay? So stick out your arm. There's my arm. And right here at my elbow, where my arm bends here, I have this part right here is called my cough pocket. So when I feel a cough coming, I take my cough pocket and I cough into my pocket, okay? So I don't ever want to cough into my hands, because then the germs all over my hands and I have to wash them. I have to turn on the water without getting germs on the tap. It's just a lot. So what I want to do is take my cough pocket and cough into my cough pocket, okay? Same with the sneeze. Into my cough pocket, okay? So my sneeze and my coughs go there in my arm or in this arm. Even if I'm wearing a t-shirt, it's still better than on my hands. And even when I do cough and sneeze, I still should go wash my hands, but at least I know that my cough and my sneeze went into my cough pockets, okay? So that's just a little thing to remember. And if someone doesn't know about the cough pocket, you should tell them, because you guys know about the cough pocket, and it's a really easy thing to remember, and you have it no matter what you're doing, where you're going, what you're wearing, you have it with you. So there's no excuses. Everybody can do it. Okay? Awesome. All right, so for French today, we'll just quickly say how we are feeling, and then we'll go into talking a little about the frog and some language and some math. Okay, so we're going to go aujourd'hui, ça va. Good. So I hope you were able to say to me what you're feeling. Maybe you said all 4, and now you can say how you're feeling. Ça va bien. I hope it's going bien, and maybe it's going fantastique. Wonderful. So this week we're going to talk about frogs a little bit. And I kind of looked all over my house for some frogs, and I don't really have any. So I printed this frog. He's a silly frog. He's a drawing of a frog. And we're going to use him for some games and some poems. I also have some other frog activities that we're going to do later on in the week. But I do have this card of a frog. And this one is a drawing of a frog, but it's a little bit of a better representation of what, frogs really look like. Okay? So there are over 6,000 species of frogs. So there's so many different types of frogs, and frogs are found all over the world. So they don't just happen in North America or South America, they happen in Asia and Europe, and they're everywhere. And we're going to talk primarily about frogs that we see here in Ottawa and around Ottawa, in our swamps, in our marshes, in our ponds, in our lakes, and we'll do the life cycle as well. But today I just wanted to talk about some of the parts of the frog. So what is one part of the frog that you can think of right away? Okay. Well, of course they have, all frogs have heads. Can you see that? Sorry. All frogs have heads and they have eyes. Okay, they have a body and they have feet. And they have a special type of feet, and what kind of feet? I think we've talked about them. I think most of you have done the frog puzzle in class. But if you remember, they have webbed feet. That's right. And so there's an extra layer of skin in between their toes, I guess, and that helps them when they're paddling water. It gives them a larger surface to push more water to move faster, so especially if they're swimming underwater. Also, if they're a tree frog, like climbing, that helps. Also for balance, right? So it gives them a bigger surface to balance on. So all frogs have webbed feet. They also have these amazing hind legs, which are their back legs there, and those legs have what gives them the push to jump. So those legs are so strong. I've seen you all do frog hops, so you know how to push like frogs and jump forward, and they have these amazing hind legs that help them jump. And they also have another cool part is that they have something called the tympanum. So they don't have ears that stick out, but they have an ear patch right behind their eyeballs, like usually right around here. And that allows them to hear and sense predators, which is very, very important. Okay, so those are some of the parts of the frog. And then frogs belong to the species of amphibians. Okay, so not yesterday, well, yesterday. Last week we talked about birds, and we are, what are we? Mammals. And frogs are amphibians. And amphibians are interesting because there's lots of different species within the category of amphibians. But some of the things is that all of their eggs are unshelled. So birds, like we were looking at the birds, we're looking at all the different eggs, and they all have a hard shell, a calcified shell. The eggs that you eat, you have to crack them open because that hard shell needs to be broken. And when they are hatching, the little bird or duckling or whatever it is coming out has to break through the hard shell. For amphibians, they have soft eggs. They're squishy. A lot of the times they're transparent, and we're going to look at the life cycle of the frog and you'll see a picture of what their eggs look like, but they don't have a hard shell. They're just kind of soft and squishy, and we just call them unshelled. The other cool things about frogs is that they have permeable skin. So their skin is always moist. They're not going to be dry. They don't have feathers. They don't have scales. They're just of a moist skin. So their skin is really responsive to the weather, and that's why they can go swimming, and that's, you know, in the rainforest, they get lots of moisture through the air and in your water. So lots of amphibians are very aquatic, and they have the nice moist skin. And all adult amphibians are carnivores, which I didn't know that. So that was interesting for me to read, was that all adult frogs are carnivores. So all of them eat insects and other bugs and things, different types, to feed themselves. So those are some neat things about amphibians. And again, we'll talk more about our species of frogs and all the different kinds. And yeah, I hope you guys like getting into frogs. I'm finding it interesting as well. Okay. So today for language, we're going to look at the sound, the phonogram, s and h. So the s and the h together make the sound, do you guys know? Okay, it makes the sound sh. And you can remember it by sh. It's the same sound. S and h gives us the sound sh. That's right. So today's activity, what I would like you to do at home is to think of 5 words that have sh at the beginning and 5 words that have sh at the end of the word. Okay, so I have 2 little examples here, 2 little picture examples here. So the first one is can you tell what that is? It's a dish. So in here I have d-i-sh. So dish has the sh sound at the end of the word. So I'm going to write the ones that have the sh sound at the end of the words, and then the ones that have it at the beginning, like that. That's how I'm going to note it on my paper. And you can do the same. And I'm going to write it here. So I'm going to write dish, dish. So dish has the sh sound at the end. Okay, now I have another one here. What's this a picture of? Yeah, a fish. So does it have the sh sound at the beginning? Is it called a sh? No, it's a fish. So it also has the sh sound at the end of the word. So I'm going to write it here again with the end of the word is fish. Okay, so let me think of some words that have the sh sound at the beginning of the word. Is there any word that you guys can think of right away? What about this? What am I wearing? Yeah, I'm wearing a shirt. And shirt has the s and the h at the beginning of the sound. So there I wrote shirt to show you that the s and the h happen at the beginning of the sound. Good. Okay, let me think of another word that has the sh at the beginning. What if I go like that? I just shut my marker. So shut has the s and the h at the beginning. So shut. So there we go. So I want you to keep finding the sounds at home for writing the words at home for that phonogram, the s and the h, and I'm hoping you can get 5 of each. So 5 at the beginning and 5 at the end for the phonogram sh. Yeah. Awesome. Good work. All right, can't wait to see it. And now we're going to go into math. So last week I asked you to find 100 of something, and we're going to play with that 100 for some of the lessons this week. And we're also going to work on the 100 board and go over that. So the first thing we're going to do this week, so I changed my 100 into pastas because I wanted to be able to fit it kind of in a container. I chose to use this A container to kind of keep it a little bit sorted and organized for me. And yeah, so I have 100 pasta pieces here. And today's activity is pretty simple because we did go over our 10 board last week. So this week you can either write out, today you can either write out these numbers, so 10 to 90, and also include 100, or you can write them out, or you can print them out and cut them up, okay? So I had mine printed, so I thought I would just use them. And what we're going to do is I want you to count your 100 into piles of 10, okay? So here we go. So I just put 10, 20, 30, 40, okay? So I'm just going to count 10. I'm going to go 1, oh no, rolling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that is my numbers showing here 1 to 10. Okay, so now I need to make another category of 10. So I'm going to count another 10. And this one in my mind, I'm going to go 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Okay, so I have 2 piles of 10. These are the ones from 1 to 10, and these are the ones from 20 to 29. So now I'm going to make another pile of 10, and that's going to be my example of 30 to 39. So here we go. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, is it 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so there. So I really just want you to count 10 piles of 10 and then put your numbers with your pile of 10. Okay, so that's just breaking up our 10 into smaller categories and practicing with our numbers, and I hope you have fun doing it. And you should have at the end, you should have those piles and have 10 in each. Okay, so I hope that goes well. Pretty simple, I think, especially because we do a lot of counting beads in class. And then also today I thought it would be fun if you guys got to do this activity as well, because I was showing it to the first years and I thought, oh my gosh, everybody will like doing this. So I have a, yeah, did you say it? It's a cube. That's right. And I found this really cool activity that has all the cubes of the pink tower. So fun. So what you get to do here is build the pink tower at home and color it, and maybe even you can color it and put it up on a wall so it looks like the pink tower does in class. And the pink tower has 10 blocks and they all change in the exact same amount to the smallest piece. So they're very cool. I mean, you've been working with the pink tower since probably like the second day you came to Montessori school. So this is just a little example of how it will look when you're done. But yeah, I thought you could color them all with pink. And if you don't want to make it pink, this is your time where you can make it any color you want. And you can color them and then put them in order, proper order, and cut them and put them in the order from the, oh, sorry, you can't see. From the biggest cube to the smallest cube. And we'll do more geometric solids and geometry with our shapes later, so I just sort of wanted to mention the cube. But definitely have fun doing this, building the pink tower, and if you have a little sibling at home, you can show them the pink tower and help them count the blocks. And yeah, I hope it's really fun for you. So that was just a little extra something fun. And yeah, oh, I wanted to do a poem with you about the frog. And there's a lot of poems of frogs, and we'll do a different one later on this week. This one was just so cute, I wanted to share with you. This is my little frog, and it goes like this. I have a little frog, his name is Tiny Tim. I put him in the bathtub to see if he could swim. He drank up all the water, glub, glub, glub. He gobbled up all the soap. And when he tried to talk, he had a bubble in his throat. There, just a little poem with the frog. And tomorrow maybe we'll do it again and you guys can say it with me. All right, and then finally for our practical life this week, we've done some plank hair, we did folding, we did some buttons, and we did some zipping. And this one sort of goes back to a little bit of zipping, but it's actually about using a hanger. So hopefully you brought a hanger to our lesson today. If not, you can go grab one. And I chose like a medium size one. So there's obviously big hangers and small hangers, and maybe you have some different sizes at your house. Maybe you have some for doll clothes, or who knows, there's lots of sizes. But yeah, so I chose this hanger. So what you're going to do is you're going to take whatever you brought to hang up. And the first thing first is I brought this dress of Sloan. So maybe you have some nice shirts you hang up or some dresses. And yeah, so at the top of every shirt or dress or sweater or jacket, there is the neck hole, right? So that's where our neck comes through and there. So basically you want to put your garment in front of you, and you want to take your hanger, and you can't just jam it on or jam it in all at once because it won't work, or it'll stretch out the neck of your shirt or your dress. So you want to slip one side in and then gently pull and ease the other side in. So there you go. Okay, so it's sort of like doing the button where you put one part in and then push through to get both parts in. Okay, and yeah, so basically you just want to go one and then two. There. So gentle adjustments. And then if you're hanging up a coat, which I think that's probably, unless you have hooks, you probably do hang up your coat on a hanger, or your jacket's on a hanger and it's spring, like your Muddy Buddy, whatever it is, you want it to let it hang. You don't want it to be crumpled on the floor and all the mud and the dirt. No, you want to hang it. So this is a sweatshirt that has a zipper, like most of your outdoor clothing probably does, or some buttons. And what you want to do, so you would zip it up kind of to about here. Okay, so you want to leave a little space at the top to easily slip your hanger in. So I'm slipping my hanger in one side, then two side. And then I'm just going to zip it up all the way so that it's nice and secure on my hanger. There, okay? So again, you would just zip it up. So you would turn it around, put the zipper in, zip it most of the way, just leaving some space. And then like the shirt or the dress, you're gonna slip one side and then the other side in, and then zip it all the way up so it's secure on your hanger, and then hang it in your closet, all right? So I know you guys are good helpers, but this is just more things you can help with. There's stuff that you can say, hey, I'm gonna hang up all of the coats on their hangers today, or I'm going to go in my closet and I'm going to hang up these things maybe. Yeah, so have some fun with it and practice, and just be careful on your shirts and your dresses and your different garments not to stretch the hole, but I think you guys can all do an awesome job. All right, my friends, so thank you for the fun lesson today, and I'm going to first say goodbye to all my friends. So bye, my friends. I hope you have a good afternoon, and then also with my heart, and I will see you tomorrow. Have fun counting into your piles of 10, and yeah, okay, bye.